if you're into cryptocurrency, you're probably familiar with this little token called Solana that's ripped from 95 cents all the way to around $240 where it's trading nowadays. And if you're a bit more involved in the Solana ecosystem, if you have a wallet such as Solflare or Phantom, you might even know about this little website that allows you to launch your own tokens called PumpFun, where most of it is obviously shitcoins and memecoins. Now, Bonk launched their own website, their own Launchpad as well a while back, and essentially what people are trying to do is launch a token with a tiny market cap, buy a little bit of it, hope that it goes up to millions, and retire off of that. Now, if you're way more involved with Solana, you might know what this is. This is the Solana Seeker, essentially the second phone that Solana Mobile pushes out. And if you ordered it, you might already have it, or you might still be waiting for it. Anyways, it has its own decentralized app store on there on top of the base Google Play Store. And on that dApp store, there is its own little app that allows you to make tokens called SendShot. Hey, what's up, peeps? It's your boy smoklm. I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm wearing the Moonswatch mission to Jupiter on that little orange aftermarket band, which I like very much. But anyways, how about you say we launch a shitcoin today? Now, before I actually show you how to do all that, I want to talk a little bit about ethics here. I'm not going to be buying any of the tokens of said token that I launch because it would be basically front running, meaning I'd make a video about it, it would pump, and I would dump, and I'm not into that. As well, if you are yourself gonna buy this, don't expect to make any money, maybe expect to lose some. Shitcoins are risky, especially with these tiny market caps, so it fluctuates like insane. Do whatever you want to do at your own risk. Now that we've got that out of the way, before we hop on the phone and create the token, I want to read you a couple things from their FAQ. First of all, the app we're going to use is called SendShot. It is still in beta, and it just got added to the Solana dApp store. Now, frequently asked questions, everything you need to know about launching tokens on SendShot. First of all, they are creator fees. How much are the creator fees? Creators, so people that make a token, receive 0.32% of the lifetime trading volume from the liquidity pool. If you created the token, you can claim this anytime by connecting your wallet or using Google login under your profile section. When a token graduates, essentially they add liquidity, so they add some part of the token and some part of Solana to a liquidity pool right here on DYOR, which is one of the best ways to provide liquidity on Solana that allows you to get some extra yield. Now, as I just said, the token launches on the Meteor DBC, and they're instantly discoverable and tradable on platforms like Jupiter, Axiom, GMGN, and more. That means that they essentially add more than $600 worth of liquidity, making it show up on Jupiter and the other apps. Now, I just talked about Meteor, but essentially the DBC is their way to launch new tokens. And if we scroll down a little bit, you can see that they're partnered with a bunch of other launchpads like Juke Studio, Moonshot, Believe, Bonk, as we just talked about. You've got Bags right here if you're familiar with that. Essentially, they're one of the best ways to launch. Now, when does it graduate? Meaning, when does the liquidity actually get moved to Meteora? Well, each token starts with an initial market cap of 16 Solana. And then it graduates once it reaches 169 Solana in market cap. And once it reaches that, there's no actions you have to take whatsoever. It'll simply move over to Meteora. Now, the cool thing with Meteora is that they have implemented a while back what we call dynamic fee structures. So when you launch a token on SendShot, there is anti-sniping enabled. What that means is that all tokens will have anti-sniping for the first 5 minutes. So the fees that people are going to pay to trade that token are going to start at 99% and gradually decrease to 1%. Now, what this does is it avoids snipers and bundlers, allowing for more organic price discovery during hyped launches. In simple terms, it avoids bots or people that have insider knowledge of buying up a whole bunch of the supply for super cheap early on. And lastly, are there any fees? Yes, fees are charged by both SendShot and Meteora. So On SendShot, those fees help build a strategic reserve for token value accrual, growth of the platform, and fund more builders looking to launch their tokens. Okay, so we've got the basics out of the way. How about we hop on the phone and I show you exactly how to create a token. First thing first is we're going to have to download the app. So you go to the decentralized app store right here, go into search, and you type in send, and you can see SendShot beta right there at the bottom. We're gonna go ahead and click on install. That's gonna take just a couple seconds, and we're good. We're gonna click on open, obviously, and that opens the app for us. The next thing we're going to do is actually connect our wallet at the top, and I'm gonna go with the Seeker Seed Vault, obviously. That's gonna open the Solflare wallet, and it should ask me to sign exactly. So here we're gonna sign the transaction essentially to say, hey, this wallet's ours, and we'd like to actually connect. Double tap, fingerprint sensor. We're now in. So now the thing I did on my Seeker is you can see the 3 buttons at the bottom, those navigation buttons. They are a little bit of a pain when you're on the apps because they do, like, it's hard to actually hit it. As you can see, like, I need to be really, really precise, essentially. Bro. Hit it. Okay. That was a hassle. Anyways, now we're on the token creation page. So create your token, tokenize anything from mini apps to casts, events, memes, and profiles on Solana. So the first thing we're going to need to do is actually create a token image so that it has some identity. The second thing is we'll need a name. And the third thing is we will need a ticker between 2 and 6 characters. I did all that a little bit before recording, and I think I actually had a pretty good idea. When trying out a Launchpad, a lot of people will name their token test, right? So that it is essentially a test. They're trying out the platform, seeing how it works. Now, the next thing is we're slowly moving towards the end of the year, meaning winter, the cold season, the ice season. Did I actually tape a piece of ice to a piece of paper? Yes. So, what does test and ice give us? Well, none other than testicles, right? Like, that makes sense. Test, ice, like icicles, testicles. So yeah, that's what we're going with. We've got the name, now we actually need an image. And I could do like everyone else on these Launchpads and ask AI to simply make an image of testicles. But, well, first of all, AI slop, I think we've got enough of it in our lives. And secondly, I thought, why not go full Picasso and actually draw it? So we've got a piece of paper and some colored pens. We're going to start by doing the outlines of the bolios and then fill them up. And then obviously we're going to need to add some ice. Now I went with a couple different shades of blue for the ice because I believe that that makes sense. And right here you should see pop up an actual video of me in real time and seeing how focused I was, moving my lips with every stroke of the pen, which sounds totally weird, and I didn't think I'd be doing this a couple years after dropping out of business school, but hey, life is life, and now I'm actually drawing ball icicles, which is quite insane. We've got to do obviously the junction in the balls, and a little bit of hairiness because, well, this is going to be a very manly shitcoin. Bam! I mean, if that isn't pure art on some like Mona Lisa level, I don't know what it is. Like, sheesh. Okay, I've taken a picture of it, I've put it on a white background, I did some things to the lighting and the contrast, and now I have it imported on my phone on the Solana Seeker. We're back on the Seeker, we've got our name, we've got our, our image. So first thing we're gonna do is actually import the image. So I'm gonna click on upload. That's going to ask me either for my camera or photos and videos. Bam, we've got our image of our testicles in there. The name is going to be testicles, all cap, testicles. And the ticker is going to be none other than the classic test when you try out a Launchpad. So we've got that set up. We're going to go ahead and click on next. Here, it's going to ask us for a short description, a website, Twitter, or Telegram. As a short description, honestly, I got no clue what to do. We'll just do, this is a test token. that is pretty cold. So test plus icicles, is that icicles equals testicles? That makes sense, right? And we can add a little ice emoji. Ice. Bam. For the website, I'm going to input none other than the homepage to my YouTube channel, because that way people can discover this video further down, and maybe the image will make more sense. Twitter, I'm obviously going to put my Twitter in, so x.com/smoklm. Go follow me over there, by the way. And then I'm not going to put in any Telegram, because as I said, I'm not going to be pushing this token. I'm not going to be buying any. The only thing I will do is if the creator fees are worth over 300 bucks, I'll update the deck screener with the website, which will be a link to this video, and the Twitter to my Twitter. That's it. We're going to go ahead and click on next. Invalid website URL. Okay, I don't know why it's not letting me do the website, but we'll just skip it and go next. So, review your token. Testicles. This is a test token that is pretty cold, so test plus icicles equals testicles. The Twitter is my own Twitter. We've got creator fees going on Meteora. We're going to go ahead and click on launch it. Now, that should pull up a transaction, supposedly. It's saying creating token right now. Exactly. Sign in wallet. And that's going to cost us none other than I don't have enough Solana. So, what I'm going to do is inside the wallet, swap this to Sol, approve. I wonder if you need 0.05 in order to create a token. Anyways, we'll go back to here. Okay, I had to redo the whole thing, but we are back. I'm going to go ahead and click on launch it. That should pull up the wallet again. I got no clue how much Solana we actually need to get the token launched. I'm assuming 0.05? 0.02. Okay, so it's costing us, at the current value of Solana, $5.93. We're going to click on approve with Seed Vault. Approve, double tap that button, and touch the fingerprint sensor. Testicles launched successfully. If that's not a W, I don't know what is. I'll copy the contract address and I'll send it to myself, and we'll check it out on Deck Screener. It hasn't shown up on Deck Screener just yet, but it did show up on Dex Tools. So the market cap's currently $0 because no one bought any. The circulating supply is 1 billion tokens. I'm not going to buy any. If you guys decide to buy some for the joke, just remember, it is a total absolute shitcoin with no utility. I will not be pushing it. Holy! We've got our first buy. Someone bought $112. Okay, so it is working. That's how you launch a token. SendShot do also have their own token called Send if you're into that. Their Twitter apparently got banned, account suspended, so I don't know if that's great. But you can totally go ahead and follow their co-founder Yash that tweets about everything SendShot. I would also recommend following me on Twitter to keep up to date with everything I do. But yeah, I think this is a pretty cool way of being able to launch a token, a meme coin, on Solana on your phone. If you have any questions about it, let me know. You guys know where the comment section is. The only thing I'm going to ask you throughout this entire video is if you feel like you learned anything or got some valuable information, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to learn about a crypto debit card that can get you up to 12% cash back on every single spending, you can watch this video right here. But yeah, on that note, it was your boy smoklm. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll catch y'all in another one. Peace.